poppin', I'm a blossom. I don't need a Batman to my Robin. I'm official on a Gotti. You can hear the vroom vroom in my Rari. I'm not sorry, no, I'm not sorry. It's official, I'm a problem. I done made it this.
Hey Royals, welcome back to my channel. As you all seen by the title, today's video is going to be episode 4 of Tati University, and it's going to be all about how to find a vendor. So let's get right into it. First important thing is to figure out what kind of vendor it is that you need. You have manufacturers, which are, say for instance, you have a beauty line, you sell makeup or you sell skincare. These are people who are going to create the products for you. You have wholesale / distributors, which, you know, for buy and resale. And then we have individual craftsmen / women, which are people like myself who, I'm a smaller business, but I create larger quantities of like my whipped shea butters for people to buy and resell on their own business platforms. So to me, there are 5 really important factors that you want to consider when you are creating a list of vendors to choose from, and I'm going to get into those right here right now. Number 1 on this factor list is quality. If it's clothes, for instance, what is this shirt made out of? What are the sweatpants made out of? Is it pre-shrunk? You want to make sure that you're investing in good quality products, whether it's jewelry, clothes, beauty. Everyone knows you want a great quality product. Another really important factor is pricing, because being as honest as possible, we all want to find a vendor who offers a low priced product but still offers great quality, so that at that point you're able to get the best profit. Another important factor is the stability of the business or the vendor that you're investing in, because you want to make sure that this is somebody who actually is going to be there in the long run. How long have they been in business? Are they consistently responding? You want to make sure that they're operating within a stable environment. Are they in this for the long haul, baby? Are they reliable? Another important factor is proximity. I know that it's very true that most of the times when you are looking overseas for products, you're able to get a cheaper product, but you have to also think about the time that you have to wait for the product. I know a goal of mine this year was for me to have 100% US based vendors, which I'm mostly to that point. So that's something that's important to me. May not be as important for other people, but like I said, shipping could be a lot cheaper depending on the amount and the weight, of course, of things that you're purchasing when you purchase within the US. And we're circulating the US dollar. And then worst case scenario, you're waiting a really long time to receive products that you found out that you don't like. Okay, so the last important factor on the list is relatability. Are you and your vendor sharing the same standards for the expectations of your transaction? Do they care about your expectations of the quality of the product? Are they committed to the shipping time that they have listed on their business? Because I had an experience before where I was told that I would receive something or something would be shipped off the next day, but then when I reached out to them a week later and nothing was updated, it was like, oh sweetheart, you have to be patient. And it's like, and I understand patience, but if someone tells me that they're going to ship something out on a Tuesday, that's what I'm expecting, especially from a vendor. Just because it's like, how do I create a long-lasting relationship with someone who is lying to me from the very beginning? You want to make sure that they keep their word, they have clean work environment, things like that. These are questions that you are able to ask, and just what you're able to tell by looking at their videos and pictures. So now that I broke down the top 5 factors that are important when looking for a vendor, next we're going to move on to where to actually look for the vendors. You want to make sure that you're doing your best at, now listen closely, use your resources, use your Google search engine, use your Instagram hashtags, and then also use platforms like Alibaba, etc. Once you decide what platform, and it can be multiple, you can decide to use something from here and then something from there, that's completely fine. But once you figure out, at this time, it's time to do your research. You want to go ahead and make a list of 5 to 10 vendors. That's the amount that I would suggest that you're going to use to compare and contrast. And then at that point, you're going to go through with the 5 factors that I just listed. So we're going to make sure that they're stable. We're going to make sure that they're relatable. We're going to make sure that they're in close proximity, but if not, if they have decent shipping times. You want to make sure that they are presenting a good quality product with great pricing. So at this point, you want to go ahead and check the reviews as well, right? So, and when I say check the reviews, I don't mean just read the 2 that pop up at the top. I mean really sit there and take your time to read the reviews, because at the end of the day, you are investing your money into this vendor. Not only that, you're also putting your name on the line. Make sure you're reading the reviews. Look for reviews that have pictures so that you're able to see the actual product, not only from the company's perspective, but from the customer's perspective as well. So after you've checked the reviews, now it's time, I feel, to reach out and talk to the vendor. So ask them questions. questions. Like I said before, make sure that they're willing and able to answer your questions. Make sure that you can see yourself having, you know, a long-term relationship with this person. Are they nice to talk to? Are they easy to talk to? Do they make you feel at ease when you speak with them about investing into your company? So another really important thing is to read their policies. So you want to read their shipping policy. Something were to happen upon shipment, what happens next? What are their return policies? Do they have customer satisfaction guaranteed? Another really important thing, especially like on Alibaba, but honestly in general, you want to check their sales numbers, because you know how if you go into Alibaba, it'll tell you like, oh, they had 2 sales so far. For me, that's not enough for me to really trust it. For me personally, I would prefer somebody who has like thousands and thousands and hundreds and thousands of sales, if at all possible, because now I know that people not only are coming to you, but they're most likely coming back because your numbers are really high. You also want to check their years in business. You also really want to make sure that you're thinking long term when it comes to your business. Okay, so say for example you're first launching and now we're launching lashes, so you want to make sure that this company has enough variety, because right now, yeah, you may only want 3 styles, but when your business booms and it really takes off, you want to make sure that you've taken out the time to really get to know this vendor, to figure everything out that you need to know. But what if they only have four styles and you were thinking more 20 down the line? You know what I mean? So you want to make sure they have a large enough variety for you and your business once the expansion period happens. You also want to make sure, like, what, say for instance, if it's clothing, do they have custom tags that they're able to do and at a reasonable price? Do they have custom logos that they can add onto your things for you? So you just want to think long term as well, because even though you're a small business searching for vendors in the beginning, you want to also think long term. You want to think big. You want to make sure that they align with your vision for your business. So once you've done all this research for the 5 to 10 vendors that you put down on your list, now it's time to actually choose the person and make your first purchase, or purchases depending on the type of person that you are, depending on your preference. Do you want to buy from 2 lash vendors, or do you want to just stick to your gut and go with the one that you really like the most? So, but either way, it's time to make that step. And with testing and purchasing these products, make sure you're using them for a while. If it's jewelry, make sure you take a shower in it, make sure you sleep in it, make sure it doesn't tangle easily, make sure it doesn't rust easily. If it's a shirt, make sure you wash it, see how the quality still turns out. If it's a jogging suit, same thing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to just buy it, look at it, oh, I love it, post a picture, it's on my site. No, take the time, do the research, put in the work, so that it's best in the long run. So at this point, I'm just going to throw out little facts and things that people may not have told you before, things that you may not have thought about and or heard. When you are going through this process, don't announce the product to your business or your platforms yet. Like, for instance, these earrings. Say you put onto your business Instagram, I have these earrings coming, just because you want to create the hype, right? But what if you don't like the earrings when they come? Just want to make sure that you're not creating all this hype around a product that you're no longer able to put out, and that can also run a customer away. And I feel like that's the case even if it's from a known slash familiar vendor. Just because you like their earrings doesn't mean that you may like their necklace, at least starting out. Once you, of course, build that relationship, you'll begin to trust them a bit more. So when it comes to samples, I personally never did a sample because I felt like the price of the sample was always really high, so it made me feel as though I might as well just go all out and get the actual thing. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I'll have to deal with the repercussions at that point. Also, make sure, if at all possible, the person that you're purchasing from has PayPal, because one thing about PayPal, they will get your money back. And if not PayPal, make sure that you have a trustworthy bank that you host through for your business account, because I personally had an issue where I purchased from a vendor and they accidentally sent my products to a completely different person, and they weren't trying to give me my money back at all. And then when they tried to get me to pay for shipping, all this other stuff, so I basically called my bank up and I just got my money back. That'll teach them. Make sure that you have backup just in case. Then if you decide to purchase vendors, right, like from someone like myself, because I do sell vendors, if you decide to go the route of purchasing a vendor because you don't feel like going through this process, or because you've gone through this process and you failed and you're tired of wasting money, it's completely understandable. Make sure that you're purchasing from a person who you've seen them with this product for a while, number one. Number two, you want to make sure that it's a notable source. Like, don't purchase a hair vendor from me because I don't sell hair. So that means that I probably most likely have never tested out this vendor that I'm now selling to you for you to start your business. I purchased a vendor from someone who only sells sunglasses, and they sent me like a list of vendors super long of like clothes and hats and bags and from all over the world, from a bunch of different sources, which is appreciated. But those are the type of vendors, like I do want to give you guys like a master vendor list for free, but these are things that I've only done the research for, not actually have purchased myself. So I'm still going to recommend that you do that research as well, but it just gives you a jump start, which is fine. But all I'm saying is, if you're spending a lot of money on vendors, make sure that the person at least has used that exact vendor. For the sake of today's video, I'm going to sell my personal vendors for only $10. That's if you are selling t-shirts and hoodies or anything, and you want to know who I use, who I trust, who I like, it's on sale for $10 today. And then also if you are interested in where I use my jars from, that is on sale. Maybe I'll do that for $5 because that's typically $20. So yeah, that'll be on sale for $5 today. So yeah, if you're new to my channel, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give this video a huge thumbs up, comment down below any questions, comments, concerns, video suggestions, and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video, which will be tomorrow, which will be a vlog. So yes, I'll see you then.